A good evening, Oilers Nation. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Oilers Nation After Dark. My name's Connor Halley. We've got Aaron Bordado alongside with me, the man keeping us on track. And tonight's guest, we will be joined by Tyler Yaremchuk, of course, of Oilers Nation Every Day. We'll get to him in a minute. First, though, a quick recap of all that went down in the game tonight. And for the Edmonton Oilers, it was exactly what you wanted to see when they're taking on a Dallas Eakins-led Anaheim Ducks team. Dylan Holloway gets his third goal of the season early on, made it 1-0 for the Oilers, and you can probably say from there they did not look back. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins would score his 20th goal of the season. The Oilers now have 4 20-goal scores on the roster, and we're not even at the midway point of January. Sam Carrick would score for the Ducks, but the Oilers respond in quick order. Connor McDavid doing things that only Connor McDavid can do. An absolutely beautiful goal. Kyle Yamamoto on the forecheck set him up with that one. Connor McDavid's 35th goal of the season. Clem Costin would score his 6th and 7th goal of this season to expand the Oilers' lead. Then Leon Draisaitl, an absolutely beautiful goal on the power play between the leagues. Deflection, Evan Bouchard with some great movement to set that one up. The Anaheim Ducks would score late. Benoit with his first goal of this season, but it would not be enough for the Oilers. Shout out to everyone in on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We see the comments coming in. We'll get to those shortly. But first things first, as we like to do here on Oilers Nation After Dark, we'll get to the good, the bad, and the oily, presented by Cornerstone Insurance. Cornerstone Insurance Brokers, Edmonton's premier boutique insurance brokerage, your destination for commercial, home, and auto insurance with over 90 years of success and still growing. Visit cornerstoneins.ca for more information. We'll get to the good, the bad, and the oily. And with that, we bring in our guest tonight. Of course, you can see him on Oilers Nation every day at noon. Tyler Yaremchuk. Ty, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, it is a victory edition of Oilers Nation After Dark. It's my first time on this show. It feels good, Connor. Today on Oilers Nation Every Day, I sat there to start the show, and I had a coin. And I said I was going to let the coin decide whether or not we were going to be positive or negative, optimistic or not about the Oilers. Coin was heads. We were optimistic. I said 7-2, 6-2, close enough. Let's go.
100%, man. And it was exactly what they had to do against a team like this. We'll talk all about it. And as I said, comment section on YouTube, Facebook, chime in. I see it blowing up right now on YouTube right now. Lots of people. Loomis, Rusty, the Reckless Optimist. We got lots of people. Genesis. Hey, we finally got going. I know it's 1 a.m. where you are, but we are going to get going right away here in the full swing. Let's start off with the good. And this was something that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Dylan Holloway, we've seen him a lot in the bottom six, but he finally gets on the top line. And Tyler, it didn't take long for it to work out well for the Oilers.
Yeah, no, it did not at all. And shout out to our Nation Network content group chat with the writers there. And Zach Lang put in there, Holloway's on the top line. I said, I'm locking in Dylan Holloway to score the first goal of the game on Betway. And that came through. So, yeah, Dylan Holloway, he hummed along there nicely. I mean, it was tough to get a read, though, to be fair, on how any of the warm-up lines looked at all, because Jay Woodcroft largely just had the blender going.
Jay Woodcroft, to me, is a football coach coaching hockey. Like, he doesn't like to give you too much. He won't tell you the starting goalie. Obviously, he had to let us know that Jack Campbell would get the start. But, yeah, it was good to see Dylan Holloway get out there and get the chance to play with some skill, play with the Connor McDavid. We'll get to the bad, and this is one that, we'll have to talk about a few times throughout this season. Yeah. The 8 p.m. starts. That's just, hey, time zones are a thing. At times I think we just to be happy we're mountain time zone and not, out east. But these 8 o'clock starts, Ty, I don't know. What'd you do? Did you have a Red Bull? Did you have a coffee or anything like that to stay up, stay perky?
Honestly, no, just kind of did my thing. 8 sucks. I'm a guy who loves a good 5 p.m. start. I know that's not great for you as a guy who's like on the radio till 6 o'clock, but yeah, 8's not brutal. The 8:30 in LA is wildly unnecessary. 8, not terrible, but again, we have another 8:30 coming up on Friday, 8 o'clock on Saturday, and then next Saturday, another 8 o'clock. Like, they are racking up a little bit. You gotta maybe a little load management or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we just started things going here on Oilers Nation After Dark, and we're really going after dark. Like, I thought maybe we'd mix in a 5 o'clock start in the first week, but that's not the case. We're going late. That's okay. We'll keep going here. And the oily tonight, it's going to kind of connect in here. The late start is bad for us, but if you're in Anaheim, it's not so bad. Or if you're in Vegas, it's not so bad. Great turnout from Oilers Nation down in Anaheim tonight. It's awesome to see when Oilers fans can kind of take over a stadium, get the chants going. And by the end of the game, I mean, it was all Oilers fans tonight.
Yeah, it was all Oilers fans. And speaking of the oily, Connor, shout out to what's in my glass, which is a little oily. I figured it's after dark, right? We gotta get a little loose here on the show today. But Oilers fans travel well. Ducks fans showed up dressed as seats because you could not tell they were there. And I'm excited because if there's a lot of Oilers fans in Anaheim, that means they're probably traveling down to Vegas. The nation vacation starts tomorrow. We have our watch party Friday night for the game against San Jose at Tom's Watch Bar at the New York. So if you happen to be in Vegas for the Oilers weekend in Vegas, Friday night, come watch the game with us. Saturday, we're taking over, doing our high five line outside of T-Mobile Arena. And I love seeing Oilers fans travel well. And tonight was another example of that. They flashed the camera around a few times on the broadcast, and it's always great. And especially on these California trips, unreal.
Now, you guys head out tomorrow, correct?
Yes, the nation vacation flight to Vegas leaves like just before 5 o'clock tomorrow night. So yeah, we're pretty fired up. I know Aaron's coming along too, and maybe I'll hop on Friday night after the watch party or Saturday after the game and give the Oilers Nation After Dark viewers a taste of what's going on down in Vegas.
Well, I mean, I hope so. But if you don't, I won't be offended. I've been to Vegas a few times. I know what happens. The drinks flow freely in Vegas. Well, Tyler, let's break down this 6-2 game. And for the Oilers, a lot of people kind of talked about this one is maybe not a must-win game, but pretty close. Like this was a chance to kind of set the tone, have a good game against very bad Anaheim Ducks team. Maybe you transition that into San Jose and could get some momentum going for the Golden Knights on Saturday. When you look at what they did, was this pretty much what you had expected or just kind of thought this is what they had to do?
This is just what they had to do. Like, honestly, if they would have won this game 4-3, Connor, I wouldn't be coming on this show being like, great. At least you got the 2 points. I would have been like, man, it's concerning. You can't beat the wheels off an Anaheim team that pretty much everyone's beating the wheels off of. Like Boston beat them the other night 7-1. They're absolutely brutal. So you had to go and just give it to them. And the Oilers did exactly that. Like 6-2. Honestly, does that not feel like a flattering score for the Anaheim Ducks? That felt like a 9-1 hockey game. You consider how the refs basically put the whistles away in the final 45 minutes, 50 minutes of that hockey game. The Ducks got away with a ton. The Oilers seemed to just want to pass the puck in the net for the bulk of that game, and they still put up 50-plus shots on goal. Like 6-2 was flattering. The Oilers laid the boots to them, but that is what they needed to do. I'm not going to sit here and be like, boom, 100%, we're going back to the playoffs and all of that stuff, because you did exactly the job, and the job was to beat the hell out of the Anaheim Ducks tonight.
Yeah, we got Dale on Facebook saying it's Anaheim, cool the Jets. You're right. I mean, hey, take it for what it's worth. Beating the Anaheim Ducks, maybe not the biggest thing, but they went out there and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They could have won this game 8-1, and I don't think I'd be as amped up as the score would indicate. You got to take that for what it's worth. But the Ducks are still an NHL team. The Oilers did what they had to do, and now the long trip to San Jose begins. They're gonna drive to LA, fly to Oakland, because you can't fly into San Jose after 11 o'clock. Yeah. There's a curfew there because apparently if you fly in, you wake up their citizens, poor people. So then they're going to land in Oakland, and then it's like a 45-minute drive to San Jose.
Can we, if you fly in late, you'll wake up their citizens. Is that not just the case every city in the world with an airport? Like, why do they have this special thing? That is weird, but I have heard of that before and that being an issue. If you're the Oilers, I mean, you have the day off tomorrow. I'd take the extra day in Anaheim, and I don't know.
I'm with you. Then fly right into San Jose. But yeah, there's a curfew in San Jose from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m., I believe. So yeah, the Oilers have a bit of a commute there. They'll fly into Oakland and go from there. So Tyler, lots of things we can get to here. Let's start with the 11-7, and with that, we got a chance to see Desharnais make his debut as the Oilers, I guess, kind of seventh defenseman. What did you think of his performance in his game? 6'6", 215. I thought he showed signs of aggressiveness. Didn't look too out of place out there. You can factor in the opponent, but what did you make of his game?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. The size is obviously what stands out to you with Vinny Desharnais. And I think when you see a defenseman who's 6'7", the expectation is he's going to be big, he's going to be mean, right? He's going to have that physical style to him. And we saw all that with Vinny Desharnais, who I think our chat has dubbed the Lion. The Lion. So that might be the nickname we're rolling with for our friend Vinny here. But I was surprised at how he looked in place. Like that first play where he took the penalty, like I kind of thought that was kind of weak. It was ticky-tack. It's not a penalty where I sit there and go, oh boy, he had to take that because he was scrambling to keep up with the NHL speed and yada, yada, yada. He was just solid. He played more than I expected, but that was kind of a result of the game being a blowout. And I thought when he was handling the puck, he was fine with it. So it was a really good first step. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, 11-7 with Vinny on the right side for the rest of the season. Here we go. But I'm interested to see if he can roll the success from tonight into a second good game, and then from there into a third and a fourth good game. This was like a good building block is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, 15 minutes played, 2 of which came on the penalty kill. If you want the entirety of his stat line, 2 penalty minutes, he had 3 hits, a block, 1 giveaway, no points. But yeah, certainly a good start to his career. Going into San Jose, Tyler, do you make any moves to this roster?
Oh, that is a good question. I think I keep this lineup the same because you're going to want to make some sort of a swap into Vegas on the second of back-to-back. So maybe you roll with this one again. Easing Vinny Desharnais into his NHL career is not a bad move. So if you want to play him on Friday and then on Saturday against Vegas, maybe you go back to the more traditional 12-6 look and you add it could be either Derek Ryan back into the lineup, or maybe you even put Derek Ryan back in on Thursday and sit someone else. But I kind of like going with the same lineup against San Jose. Keep it 11-7. Let Vinny Desharnais play against, again, another kind of weak opponent in the San Jose Sharks and see if he can have another good building block. The 11-7 worked tonight. Like I'm pulling up the numbers on Natural Stat Trick right now to see like what was the most common group of 3 for the Oilers and how much did they play. And actually, kind of surprisingly, it was Nuge, Costin, and Janmark. They played 9-16 together. McDavid, Holloway, and Yamamoto played 8-04. But all in all, they had 7 different combinations of 3 forwards. So 7 different lines play over a minute together at 5-on-5 in that hockey game.
On Facebook or on YouTube, people asking about the curfew. It's not like an Oilers curfew or like citizens of San Jose. You just can't fly in overnight. So just to clarify that one, it's not like the people of San Jose have to be inside their house at 11. That's not a thing. I don't know for 100%, but yeah, you can't fly in there. Ty, what did you think of Jack Campbell getting out there? Again, I'm going to say this every time. You factor in the opponent, but I mean the Ducks do have some skilled players. 21 saves on 23 shots. Obviously, he's going to get the start in San Jose. But what did you make of his play?
Yeah, I thought he was solid. Like those 2 goals that did go in, neither of them were his fault. I felt like Nugent Hopkins could have checked who was it, Carrick better on that first goal. And then the second goal was just kind of a whatever thing as well. So yeah, for Jack Campbell, I made a promise that I will not complain about how Jack Campbell plays if his save percentage is above 900. And tonight it was 913. So passing grade for our boy Jack.
You're a man of your word. We got a message here from producer Aaron saying Liam had no bananas tonight. So I guess that's a good sign. I was informed that some stress comes from that one. Another person here, thank you, Aaron, for keeping me up to date here, wants to Ty to look at Broberg's numbers. What did you make of Philip Broberg? 18 minutes played. He got 1:13 on the power play, just over 2 shorthanded. Had a helper this one. What did you make of his play tonight?
Well, that's our boy Original Puzar in the YouTube chat who's asking about Philip Broberg and his numbers. We got to get you the company YouTube sign in so you can stay up to date in the YouTube chat because that is where all the action's happening, Con man. But Philip Broberg at 5-on-5 played 14 minutes. And when he was on the ice, the Oilers outshot the Ducks 22-3. 22-3. He was on for 22 shots. No one else on the team, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, rattle them off. None of them were on for 20 in that hockey game. So I love that Original Puzar nudged us towards taking a look at this because Philip Broberg being on the ice for 88% of the shots for at 5-on-5 in 14 minutes of 5-on-5 play is spectacular. And Original Puzar had a comment earlier. He said, I'm not cooling anything. Broberg is coming, and he's real, and he's going to be spectacular. And I love the little Seinfeld nod in there as well. But man, I mean, I had Frank Saravalli on the show today, and we were talking about potential defensive targets and all of that. And is he going to jump into things, or is Holland, that is, going to jump into things and make a move quickly in a week? Because all the fans want him to make this panic trade and trade the next 3 first-round picks and Philip Broberg for Jacob Chychrun. And I think Ken Holland kind of has a reason to stand pat. Number one, the market sucks right now. You're not overpaying for Vlad Gavrikov. You're not overpaying for Joel Edmondson. And I mean, we saw John Klingberg tonight. He didn't look good either. He hasn't looked good all season in Anaheim. You're not overpaying for these guys. And also, give Philip Broberg some time. He's healthy. He's never had a run where he's been healthy and has been going for a month straight at the NHL. And there's been some really good games over the past couple of weeks. There's been a couple stinkers in there as well. But tonight, what he showed, out shooting the opposition 22-3, I don't care if it's the Anaheim Ducks, Connor. Like 22-3 against an NHL team is wildly impressive. And the last thing I'll say on Broberg is maybe he isn't the Gavrikov or the Edmondson type who's mean and breaks up a cycle. Those are the defensemen that get you out of trouble. Defensemen like Philip Broberg, I talked about this on my show with Bruce Kurlock. Philip Broberg keeps you out of trouble because he's mobile and he moves the puck well. That's important.
I like that. I like that line. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone on YouTube right now. Tyler, this is how I keep up to date on the YouTube chat. I go and watch, and I make sure to hit the like button because I think that's what everybody should do. Hit that like button. 124 people in there right now. Some people saying, Tyler, don't get in that Oilers Nation truck tonight. I mean, you're responsible. You're not going to do that.
I'm at home. I'm in my basement right now. This is going to end. I'm not even wearing pants. I'm just going to stumble up the stairs right to bed.
I like that. I like that. Mix in the water, get ready for Vegas, and you'll be fine. Quickly, I mean, hypothetically, Tyler, if someone were to, logged into betway.com and been 19 and older and done so responsibly, you could have won a nice little chunk of change if you had put Dylan Holloway first goal scorer, hey?
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, if someone on this show just had an extra $5 laying around in their Betway account and threw that on Dylan Holloway, they would have gotten a cool 145 back into that account as well. Not saying I did it. Just saying someone on this call did it. But also, yeah, it was a good night for me on Betway. Nailed the Oilers on the puck line at -110. I missed on the Zach Hyman shot prop, but I like on Betway. They're one of the only books I know that does this for full transparency. You can bet on team shots on goal. So I had the Oilers over 37.5 shots on goal. That thing was crushed by the end of the second period, more or less, Connor. So the shots on goal hit. My guy Dylan Holloway came through, AJHL boy. I got to give him a shout out. And the Oilers hit that 38 plus shots on net. Life's good.
Yeah, I mean, take the over. A lot of things hit if you took point prop bets at betway.com. 19 plus. Do so responsibly. I was keeping track of the shots. In the first period, it was 17-8 Oilers led. Second period, 29. Like the ice was tilted tonight, and they did great work in that one. Tyler, I'm going to keep on looking here at YouTube. A lot of people did not know about San Jose, which, now you know. Be careful. You don't want to fly into San Jose, and it is a long drive from LA, so you're not going to make that bus ride. We've got Rusty the Reckless Optimist in here. Shout out. I know you tune in all the time. A lot of people here. And you know what? Genesis and Joey both saying Vinny was a beast, looked good in his first game. I mean, it's a cool story, right? 26 years old, a 7th-round pick a long time ago, finally makes his debut. They talked to Darnell Nurse before the game, and he talked about how, he's a year older, played a ton of games, but cool to see a guy like that get his start, get his family there. I know we touched on how he played tonight, but going forward, I mean, Tyler, do you have reasons to be optimistic about Desharnais and what he can do with this team? Or do you think it's just right now everyone's feeling good and we're hyping him up because of what just happened on the ice?
Yeah, I think we're feeling good right now. I mean, let's be real. This guy's a 6th-round pick. If you think he's just going to jump right into the NHL and just pedal to the floor, be a regular for the rest of his career, it's not going to happen. And the other thing is the right side of this Oilers blue line is largely set with Ceci, Barry, and Bouchard. You're not taking any of those guys out of the lineup. If Vinny Desharnais played the left side, I mean, he kind of does. His name's Marcus Niemelainen. But if Vinny Desharnais played the left side, I'd sit here and be like, hey, there's more of a path for this guy to get a regular spot in the lineup for the rest of the season. But it's been one game. It's against the Anaheim Ducks. I loved what I saw. I called it a building block, and it's exactly that. It is the first building block of what could maybe be a nice career for Vinny Desharnais. But I think we got to pump the brakes on sitting here being like, here we go, 11-7 the rest of the year.
It's Oilers Nation After Dark. I'm Connor Halley, Tyler Yaremchuk alongside with us tonight, the host of Oilers Nation Everyday Noon. Are you going to be doing shows tomorrow and Friday? Are you going to go live from Vegas?
Oh, yeah, we are going live from Vegas. We have a special show logo when we go live from Vegas as well. We got our guy producer, Aaron, a whole bunch of Nation folk going down there as well. So, yeah, we'll be doing that live from Vegas. We got Oilers Nation every day on Friday and Saturday. We have Oilers Nation Radio coming to you on Friday. We got a special Nation real life drop in tomorrow night as soon as we land in Vegas as well. So a ton of content while we're down there in Vegas. It's going to be a good time.
Okay, we got to talk about Klim Kostin. 2 goals tonight. Nice to see him jumping in there, defending his teammates. I've seen Klimbo Slice, Klim Shady, the Klim Reaper. There's lots of nicknames going around there. First, what's your favorite nickname? And what do you think about this guy, number 21 for the Oilers?
I like Klim Shady. That was the OG one. Bag Milk came up with that like the day the Oilers acquired him, and I love it. So Klim Shady's my favorite. You also got like Klim the Dream too. I mean, you can basically give him any sort of a nickname. I think the Oilers Twitter account today called him just Klim K, as in like a Kim Kardashian reference as well. The nicknames with this guy are absolutely endless, and I love him. This is exactly like if the Oilers could clone him and fill their bottom sixes with Klim Kostins, you would do it. He's big. He can score. He's got hands. He's not afraid to stand up for his teammates. He plays physical. Everything. Like, think of every box you want a bottom six winger to check. Klim Kostin checks every single one of them. And he's just so damn likable. The quotes from the media, him hugging guys in practice, like everything about Klim Kostin is just, it's perfect. And give him an 8-year extension, Connor. I'm saying pump the brakes on Vinny Desharnais. I'm all gas, no brakes when it comes to Klim Kostin.
JJB Music on YouTube. It's 3:30 a.m. here. Always nice way up to a win. Glad Vince had a good debut. Yeah, 3:30 a.m. That must be like Halifax, Nova Scotia, even further. Thanks for tuning in.
Like 3 or 3.5 in front of us. So yeah, about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. 130 people on the YouTube chat, so I expect 130 likes on this video here. Tyler, I always tell people to do that, and I never know exactly what it means, but I think it's a good sign of just popularity, right? We want to boost those likes.
It's all about tricking the algorithm, Connor. That's the company motto, trick the algorithm.
Well, you know what? Let's trick it, Oilers Nation.
How about Pateri in the chat? She's an Oilers Nation Everyday, or they're an Oilers Nation Everyday listener, and all the way from Finland. So you got some international flair in here.
That's awesome. I think we had the Bahamas last game. I mean, people all over the place. We had an LA fan. I don't see any Ducks fans. They're probably not going to be coming in here after that game, but you know, that's that does make sense. On Facebook, Craig says, wow, pump the brakes. They just beat the Ducks. That's no challenge. Yeah, I mean, it is the Ducks, and they're not a very good NHL team, but I mean, the way the Oilers have played and the way the Oilers lost to them the last time these two teams met, to let Oilers fans be happy. That's what I say. Let them be happy. Enjoy this one. It's one of those nights where there was no real nerves. Liam didn't have any bananas. It was an easy game for the Oilers, and they did exactly what they had to do. Michael says, let's start planning the parade route. Yaremchuk, white average, Asparov.
No, I've been a big proponent of you go right down River Valley Road. You have the fans on either side there, the high level bridge in the background. Oh, that's my parade route. But really, like, okay, we want to joke about the opponent, and we have done that for the most part. Yeah, like it was Anaheim, and they needed to beat the hell out of them. It's not like they just won this game 1-0. They beat the hell out of the Anaheim Ducks, and it felt like a must win. Well, guess what? Every game going forward for the Oilers is a must win. The other day on the show, we outlined the pace they need to play at down the stretch to match what they did last season and get to that 104-point mark. Okay, well, you need to beat up on all the bad teams, and you need to beat a bunch of good teams as well. So there's 39 games to go in the season. You need to win probably 27, 28 of them. So that means every game going forward needs to be treated as a must win. So yeah, should Oilers fans be fired up about this victory over the Ducks? Yes, because it's one in the win column, and it's one less you need to worry about down the stretch.
Yaremchuk, after 2 periods, I just quickly jotted down time on ice. I just wanted to see how Jay Woodcroft would handle the superstars. And, after 2 periods, Draisaitl at 13:42, he finishes with 16 minutes. So he didn't play much in the third period. Connor McDavid finishes with 15:31. He was at 12:41. So he only played 3 minutes in that third period, if my math is correct. And Darnell Nurse was at 17 minutes. He still finishes with 23. So, he's going to get utilized no matter what. But it's always a win when the Oilers can go up by multiple goals and let their two superstars have a little less time. And not only that, let the younger guys, let the other guys play a little bit more and try to gain some confidence out there. Like Ryan McLeod played 20 minutes tonight. A nice byproduct of these types of games.
Oh yeah, totally. Again, you just look at the time on ice and the fact that at 5-on-5, no one had to hit the 20-minute mark. And you're right, these games, yeah, resting the stars. Sometimes I think the whole resting the stars thing is a little bit like overblown because these guys are machines. I don't think they ever really get tired. There's so many times where you see McDavid on the ice and he's more or less resting while he's on the ice. But I do think the big thing is the second part of your comment, and that's giving some guys that are lower in the lineup a chance to play some minutes, get some puck touches in, get their legs going a little bit, and gain some confidence. Because remember when Woodcroft took over last year, and a lot of those guys in the bottom six talked about, sorry, I just saw the comment from Bag Milk and it totally distracted me. But a lot of guys in the bottom six, like Derek Ryan and company, said, it feels good to have a role. It feels good to know what we're supposed to be doing out there. And I think games like this give everyone a chance to, feel like they're playing an important role. This was a 6-2 game where it wasn't McDavid and Draisaitl scoring 5 points a pop and that was it. This was a game where it was depth pieces, guys who maybe haven't been involved in the offense all year, all finding ways to chip in.
We've got someone from South Korea. 3
That's
p.m.
unreal.
there, James. Yeah, so big thanks to tuning James for tuning in there, and people who hop in on Edmonton. Is he telling you to pop that tarp off Yaremchuk? Is that coming from Bag Milk?
Yeah, Bag Milk wants me to be shirtless. This goes back to one of the first beat casts I joined, where I just joined it from bed after an Oilers game, and you couldn't see me, but I was indeed not wearing a shirt. My rule, though, if the studio lights are on, the shirt stays on as well. So sorry, BM.
All right, you're in the Sports Closet studio. Is that in your basement?
Yeah, it's literally just in my basement. Someone was asking me about that. But Connor, the Sports Closet studio, it can't be defined as one physical space. It's more of a mental state of mind. It's wherever I am, wherever Oilers Nation every day is. The Sports Closet studio comes with us.
I like that. You take it with you. That's,
yeah.
Sports Closet. Shout out to them too. I'm assuming they hooked you up with a couple of those sweaters behind you. So shout out.
Yeah, and someone in the chat was saying, I think it was my guy Tyler Mulick, who said he might have to go pick up a Klim Kostin jersey. So maybe the Sports Closet will have to get a few of those in stock for us as well. But yes, the Sports Closet studio, specifically just this flag, is going to be coming down to Vegas with me. Don't worry.
I like it. Hey, favorite 21 on the Oilers in history?
I mean, is there another option?
I mean, I liked Igor Kravchuk back in the day.
Yeah. Or Kravchuk. If you want a good chuckle, go to our friend Kennedy's Trash on Twitter. That's our graphic designer. She has a great Klim Kostin edit up from today with like the 21. Can you do something for me? Yeah, it's good. Check it
out. People asking, if we get 100 likes, would you take your shirt off?
Honestly, that's probably way too low considering we're at 75 already. Ski Bump says if the Oilers win the cup, Tyler should do some boudoir shots. That one, if the Oilers win it, you could probably talk me into it. I'd be flying so high. The worst bet I made all year is I said on Oilers Nation every day, like the second episode of the show, I was shit talking the Boston Bruins. And I said, if they win the division, I'll eat cat food live on the stream. Connor, I'm worried.
They look really good. You might be eating cat food.
I know.
But there's lots of different flavors. Maybe you find a good one. Keep those messages coming in on YouTube and Facebook. Michael says, let the Oilers fans eat cake too. 100%, man. Be happy. Let Oilers Nation enjoy this one. Just be happy. Jesse Puljujarvi tonight and the last few games, we've seen him play a little bit more physical. What have you made of his play as of late for the Oilers? I mean, he's had his critics, he's got his supporters, but I like seeing him throw the weight around a little bit.
I talked about the boxes Klim Kostin checks in the bottom six. There's no reason why Jesse Puljujarvi can't check all those same boxes that Klim Kostin checks, right? Like he's big, He's got skill. He should be able to score more than he is. He should be able to mix it up physically. And he has been laying the body a lot this season, to his credit. So, yeah, I think, Jesse Puljujarvi may be finding his role as a bottom six winger. That could be happening right now. And the thing I'll add on that, we saw him start to take these strides earlier in the season, and they elevated him right back up the lineup, played him with McDavid, and it just felt like his confidence absolutely fell apart. And I think they just got to keep him in the bottom six, Connor. I just think you don't want to risk anything. Just let him develop and flourish in this role. Put your players in positions to succeed. Puljujarvi in the bottom six can succeed. Keep him there.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm not going to disagree with you with that one. I mean, we've seen him in the top six, hasn't been great, but in the bottom six, it looks like it's panning out. Man, a lot of people really curious about your cat food, wet or dry?
I see, and I don't even want to think about it right now, man. Like, I had a cat for a long time growing up. I've smelt a lot of cat food. I don't want to ingest cat food, although I think Bag Milk told me there's like some law in Canada that you can't sell food for animals unless it's also like 100% safe for human consumption. So I might be okay. Like, it might not be that terrible.
Do they not advertise like made with real chicken now? Like, I think that's a selling point. So
a lot of people are saying that I need to bust out the official Oilers Nation romper for the trip to Vegas. And it is, I would have forgot it if people didn't remind me. It's in the closet next to me. So I'll make sure I grab that before I leave tomorrow.
Oh, buddy, there's going to be a point when you're in Vegas and you're going to be like, that romper's a good idea. And you're just going to have to go with it.
I know. It's going to get busted out at some point. I'm aware of
that. Lots of messages coming in here on the YouTube chat. Hit the like button. What are we at? 75, Tyler, you say?
79 now,
79.
according to what I got.
Yeah, mine still says 4, so I'm on my phone. We'll trust your numbers because you'll be a little bit closer. Michael says, I like the new angry or shoot first version of Puljujarvi. Mm-hmm. And Steven also says he doesn't like playing there, though, referring to Puljujarvi in the bottom six. Well, play your way out of that spot. That'd be my response to him. You don't always get what you want. Playing in the NHL is not going to be fair.
I think you're way off. I think the commenter's way off with that. I actually think Puljujarvi prefers to be on his own line. I just think watching him and his body language, the way he handles the puck when he's with either 97 or 29, he doesn't respond well in those spots. I see him in the bottom six. He's shoot first. He's physical. He's way more confident with the puck on his stick. I think that side of him is more comfortable. I think the bottom six Puljujarvi, he's not as petrified of making a mistake as he is when he's up in the top six. So I'm going to disagree with that. I actually think Puljujarvi likes being on that third line role and being a chance to kind of drive a line.
Ty, in this game, one thing we should mention, Leon Draisaitl climbing up the record books for the Oilers in terms of power play goals. He passes Jari Kurri with 108 now. He trails Wayne Gretzky, Ryan Smith, and Glenn Anderson, 125, 126, 126, and he's at 108. So how long before Leon Draisaitl becomes the Oilers' all-time power play goal scorer?
So, sorry, how many back of first is he again? I missed that.
So he's 108, and first is 126, Ryan Smith and Glenn Anderson. So 18 back.
End of next season, he's got to have that, right? Like, that feels like almost a really safe assumption to make, is that by the end of next year, he's going to have that. Like, how many does he have this season so far, I wonder?
I mean, we can look it up.
I know. I'm going to find it right now. I'm cruising through NHL.com. Leon Draisaitl so far this season. Connor, he's got 15 goals on the power play in 41 games. So this year alone, he might pop home another 15, or even if he scores 10. By the end of next season, he's going to have that record easily.
That's ridiculous. Connor McDavid, 39 power play points this year. He also has, now he's at 14 power play goals this year. I mean, and you got to be feeling confident when you tried that little deflection through the legs. It feels like you're feeling it to make that one go. I mean, not too many guys try that, but yeah, really good to see. Also, like to Evan Bouchard on that play, like, having a little bit of patience. After the face-off win, Leon Draisaitl does his thing, goes to the net, but Evan Bouchard's patience kind of skates around a little bit, waits for something to open up, doesn't just stay still where there's nothing there. Good to see that from Evan Bouchard today. Yeah, Tyler. Overall, this has been like the most positive post game show we've had here because we've had a couple losses. People are fired up, but for the most part tonight, everyone's in a pretty good mood. I like to see this. Let's hope there's more of it.
So yeah, the Oilers' record since launching this post-game show would now be 2-2-1 because we started it at the beginning of the month. So hopefully the Oilers can improve to 3-2-1 against San Jose. Let me throw this one your way. Who had the nicest goal tonight for the Edmonton Oilers? Was it Draisaitl through the legs, or was it McDavid with the spinning backhand?
I got to go with McDavid with the spinning backhand. Putting that move on Trevor Zegras, a guy who's known for the highlight reel goals. Also, kind of like Trevor Zegras getting a little chippy there at the end, gave Matthias Janmark a bit of a shot. I love the Oilers' response to that as well. But I think I got it with Connor McDavid, just throwing the brakes on, spin, backhand. Pretty beautiful. How about you?
Man, that McDavid one is unbelievable, but sometimes I feel like we're almost numb to the Connor McDavid thing. Like, that goal was great. He almost did the exact same thing like 2 other times in that hockey game. That Draisaitl one, like when you watch it on the replay and it's in slow motion, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Watch it in real time, and to have the dexterity and the presence of mind to like see a shot coming in that's coming in with some pace on it and be like, you know what I can do here? Kick my front foot up, drop my stick back, and just place it right into the net. I think my vote might go for the Draisaitl one. I'm curious to see what the chat says. And honestly, so far on YouTube, Owen said McDavid all the way. Dwayne said McDavid. Genesis said Draisaitl for sure. Lance said the McDavid backhand was sick. Tyler just said they're both unreal, which is true. But we're trying to create a debate here, Tyler. Come on.
Yeah, get off the fence, Tyler. Choose a side. Liam, Zegras sucks. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I shouldn't have praised him. Oilers Nation, my bad. Dries was a beauty. Claim greater than Zegras. Tyler, I also agree with Steven. It's funny though, like you mentioned that we get sometimes kind of numb to what Connor McDavid does, just his brilliance. I remember doing post game shows with Dean Millard back in the day, and we'd be like, are we ever going to get kind of numb to this? It's like he just does it every single game. He finds ways to wow you. And, I think it was Pete Blackburn once. There's a highlight reel goal, and he's like, is it bad that I said that's it? Because he's just got that bar set so high. I mean, the guy's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, you're obviously a little bit older than me. That means you watched a lot more bad and boring Oilers hockey than I have in my life. We can't, like, Bag Milk and I are big proponents of this. We say it like at least monthly on Oilers Nation Radio. You got to bring it up when he does stuff like this. You can't just sit there and go, ho hum, another one for Connor McDavid, because he's not going to be here forever, folks. And that's not me saying he's going to get traded. That's just me saying, we're already in year 8 of his career, and don't let it go numb on you. Appreciate the greatness.
Yeah, Tyler, you're right. I've done a lot of bad post-game shows with really bad hockey teams, and it was almost unbearable. Or you just did the exact same thing. We kind of joked, you could pre-tape it. You could just run the exact same one because you'd call it the same old guys night in, night out. Do not take this for granted. This team is so much fun to watch with McDavid and Draisaitl. Even on the bad nights, I'm sure all our listeners, viewers know, like it could be a lot worse. Why don't we bring in producer Aaron here?
I think he has like the Vegas Strip as his background. Yeah. Look at that.
I want to call this 3 guys in snapbacks. We're all just hanging out, bros, talking hockey. It's good to see.
Just guys being dudes.
So, Aaron, overall, I mean, how are you feeling here? You've had your eye on the chat throughout this whole thing. We're still at over 100 people watching on YouTube. Again, big thank you. Hammer the like. But this has to be one of the most upbeat shows right before you guys head off to Vegas.
Man, the positivity today from start to finish. It started with Tyler flipping the coin on the start of Oilers Nation every day today, and we've just been riding ever since. I even echoed Jay's bet of, I think he wanted to go -3.5. I only had the balls to do -2.5, but rode with that. It was a great game. I know it's the Ducks, so, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but a win's a win, ladies and gentlemen, and I will gladly take that one.
I want to ask both of you guys, and I don't know, someone just wrote this on the YouTube here. What's your opinion on HF boards, HF oil, and the overall attitude towards the team? Do you guys follow that at all? Because, I mean, I think I was called an idiot a bunch of times back in the day, and I haven't gone back, so.
I don't even remember the last time I visited any of those websites.
So we can say. Yeah. Stick to Oilers
no
Nation.
idea.
That's where the good stuff comes from. Yeah, a lot of people here are saying he breaks it next year in talking about Leon Draisaitl with his pursuit of the power play goal marker. I mean, anytime you're going to pass Gretzky on a record, pretty impressive. Glenn Anderson, Ryan Smith as well. Crazy Smitty's up there. Awesome to see that one. But Aaron, going into this next game, are you making any changes to the lineup here?
No, I'm letting that ride. I mean, hopefully a page was turned. And I mean, San Jose, another matchup that I think we should do well with, and I'd let it ride again. All the lines seem to go. I like Holloway up top. I mean, it only took literally half the season, but we are here, ladies and gentlemen. That did look awesome. Connor didn't even look. I didn't even see him look to see him out front there. He's a goal scorer, and he's shown it now with his last 2 goals. That man can rip the puck.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Snapbacks after dark. I feel, Aaron, you've had the snapback every night. I think I've thrown it on a couple times. Tyler, you pull it off. Snapbacks after dark could be the alternative title.
It's too late.
What are you gonna say, Aaron?
I said it's too late for me to keep my hair up looking this good this late at night.
I can't wear hats forward because my ears look too big, so I gotta go backwards.
Would you do it?
You can take your shirt off instead.
Yeah, I can take my shirt off. It just something about the brim pushes the ears out a little bit for me, and then it's just I'm totally shot. And also my lighting is a little bit too high, so then if you wear it forward, you have the problem of the shadow under my eyes. I don't like that at all. It's not good for the camera. The backwards hat is the way to go. I'm way too lazy to do my hair every day.
Nah, well, I mean, I wear hats to cover the male pattern baldness coming up in my life, so I'm glad you guys are at least doing it. Reasons, Christopher on Facebook. Good job, Edmonton Oilers. Hey, good job, Edmonton Oilers.
You know what?
Positivity.
Nice and simple. I like that comment.
What about this one?
Edmonton.
You're damn right, Christopher.
Nailed
Christopher
it.
Keeps
Christopher, you need to swing by more often.
Yeah, that's what we need. How about Steven? Imagine if they lost. Now, they didn't lose, but I mean, Gregor and I were talking about it. My other job is working with Gregor on TSN 1260, and we're like, if they lose tonight, we are opening up the phone lines and we're letting people go because it's going to be madness.
It'll be bad if they lose to San Jose, too, to be fair. This was only part 1 of the scheduled win gauntlet the Oilers are kind of running through right now. You need to go beat San Jose 6-2 now. That is step 2 of this whole thing.
100%. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I mean, if you win this one and now you lose on Thursday, pretty quick drop off, that would be very disappointing. And, Oilers Nation After Dark would be wild. And you guys will be in Vegas. I'll be doing that by myself. So, I think I've got Zach Lang alongside with me. So thank God he'll be there for me. But we'll see how it goes. It probably won't be as technical without Aaron. McJesus says, I'm so happy Aaron got an actual good mic. Man, it was one show. People don't forget. But and other people are saying here, and if we lose against San Jose, I'm going to freak out 100%. And some people saying you guys have fun and be safe. What away from hockey, what are you guys most looking forward to on this nation vacation? And I mean, for the people that missed out, the next time, what's the biggest selling feature on these trips?
Man, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. You know me, I'm an absolute degenerate, so the gambling in Vegas is great. Last time we went to Vegas, though, we did a night out on Fremont Street, and there was this band playing live on the street, and our guy Jay was busting out some wild moves. It was unbelievable, and we were all pretty lit up at that point as well. And then we got a stretch Hummer back to the strip. It was great. But those are the kind of memories you only get to make if you come on a nation vacation. So the game's going to be awesome. We also had a high five line outside T-Mobile Arena last time we were down there. This was pre-pandemic, and we were just standing there for an hour and a half before the game, just high-fiving every Oilers fan that came by, and it was absolutely unbelievable. So, Connor, what I'll add to this, because our friends AMA Travel, they're the ones that help us put all of this on. We could not do it without AMA Travel. We got another one, March 10th to 12th. We are going to Toronto, heading to the 6th. And this is like a bougie, high-class version of the Nation Vacation. You can head to nationgear.ca for more information on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's my first Nation Vacation, so I'm very happy to get this going. I've only been here working at Oilers Nation for a couple months, and I'm already going on a work trip to Vegas. So no complaints there. But I think I'm most excited to hang out with the nation's citizens and just kind of shoot the shit with everybody and see them all come along and have a great time. But besides that, the part I overlooked is that it's wild card weekend in the NFL this whole weekend when we're in Vegas. So I'm definitely going to have to make a couple tickets, get in the old sports books Sunday, plot my butt down there, and hopefully come out a much richer man than when I arrived.
You told me how much you're taking. I was like, yeah, you'll make more money down there. You'll be good. Yaremchuk, I know we're Oilers Nation after dark here, but I mean, geez, the Bills are going to run right through Miami. The Finns have no chance in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Skylar Thompson is the quarterback. There's no way. Connor, let's quickly do this because we're both big NFL guys. And I think, Aaron, you're a pretty big NFL guy too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's rattle through it. I'm going to take, I think the Niners blow out the Seahawks. I'm going to take your Chargers, Connor. I think 2.5 is too small of a spread there. I don't like Trevor Lawrence in his first playoff game. I'm going Niners, Chargers, Bills against the spread. Give me the Giants to cover on the road. Give me the Ravens to cover. I think that one could be sneaky too. And then Cowboys, Bucks. I'm torn on that one, but I think the Cowboys kind of slay the dragon in that one. Who do you like, Connor?
We're talking spread or just money line here? I mean,
whichever.
I like the Niners to get it done at home, even with Brock Purdy. I think that Kyle Shanahan also deserves some love for Coach of the Year for what he's been able to do. I mean, I got to go with the Chargers. I got to take my team. Bills, minus 13. I'll take that. I think they're going to be so motivated. And if DeMar Hamlin is at that game, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. It's going to be quite the scene. I'll take the Vikings to win at home. They're so inconsistent. I'll take the Bengals. And then, Tom Brady has never lost the Cowboys, 7-0 in his career. So I'll say that changes. I'll say Micah Parsons gets in his face and forces some bad throws, and the Cowboys get it done. How about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'll rattle them off quickly here, but obviously it's the Niners. I think that one's going to be a blowout. And I'm sorry, Connor, as much as I would like to pick the Chargers, I can't trust Brandon Staley. I don't know what that guy's going to do anytime, anywhere. So I'm going to ride with Trevor Lawrence. We're going to go, obviously, the Bills. If DeMar Hamlin's in the house, they're going to run 3 back off the kickoff. So that place will explode. As much as everybody calls Kirk a fraud, the Vikings, I think, will come out with the W. It's Joe Brrr, and a game against the Ravens. I think he's going to kill it. And then I do think the Cowboys are frauds. And as much as I'm not a Bucs fan, but I'm a diehard Pats fan, so I still have my love for Tom. You don't make money in this business betting against Tom Brady. You just don't.
Good point.
I can't talk about Mike Evans killed me this year in fantasy. Goes off when the game doesn't matter. And so for that reason, I will bet against Tom Brady. But yeah, I mean, where's he going to end up next year? It's crazy. Aaron, your Pats just missed out on the playoff picture this year. Sorry about that.
Yeah, shouts out to the Buffalo Bills for doing that one.
Yeah.
I was pretty down in the dumps on Sunday. You talk about Sunday blues. That was pretty bad.
Couldn't let him have it. All right. One thing we like to do, Yaremchuk, here before we wrap up, and I don't know. I mean, if you want to keep going, we can. But I know you got things to do. You guys got to be up early for your things. But prediction for the next game, Friday night, taking on the San Jose Sharks. It's an 8:30 Mountain Time puck drop.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to take a peek at what the Sharks have been doing as of late here. So they just lost 4-3 to the Kings. They beat the Coyotes 4-2, lost 4-2 to the Bruins, lost 5-4 to the Ducks, and then beat the Hawks 5-2. The point I'm kind of getting at here is it has been a hot minute since the San Jose Sharks beat a good hockey team. You got to go back before Christmas, before they beat a team that wasn't a cellar dweller or a fellow cellar dweller. So I'm going to say the Oilers roll the Sharks. The vibes will be good in Vegas. Edmonton wins 5-2.
What do you think, Aaron?
I was going to go something very similar. I'm going to go with the old 5-3, take the puck line victory, and the vibes are going to be immaculate this week. West Coast roadie, and if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, where are we watching again on Friday, Tyler? I already forgot.
Tom's Watch Bar in the New York.
There it is.
Man, I am envious of you guys. I'll take the Oilers to win. Let's say 6-3 with an empty netter. You guys will have a lot of fun. Tyler might be in the romper. He might buy a round of drinks, seeing how things go. But see if he can have the big win here. I think we're going to see it.
Oh.
Don't want to forget that bad boy for the trip. Got to pack it.
Yeah,
Oh
you definitely.
I hope I see that.
Definitely don't want to miss that one. Yeah, and if you're going meet up with you guys, I'm sure you'll be recognizable walking around the strip. We got a lot of people coming in here. Peter says 4-1 Oil. Tyler's got 4-1 Oil. Lance says 3-1 Oil. Genesis 10:30 start. Hey man, that's awful. That sucks. But
Brutal.
Genesis also says 6-2 Oilers. Owen 5-2 Oilers. And Rusty the Reckless Optimist 8-0 Oilers against the Sharks. Chris says 4-0. QF Pro 4-0. Man, Oilers are going to lose like 5-1 now, aren't they? Oilers Nation's too cocky here.
Oh no! Don't put that out there, Connor. Come on now.
If they do lose, come back to Oilers Nation After Dark and let me know on Friday. All right, guys. Why don't we wrap it up? Have fun in Vegas. Be responsible, but have a good time and win some money. Hey.
Oh, we'll do our best, big man.
Yep, will do.
All right. And if you want to, win some money and not go to Vegas, use betway.com. You can do so, have some fun there. 19 plus, do so responsibly. Also, one big thank you to Cornerstone Insurance. Check them out at cornerstoneins.ca. They are the sponsor of the good, the bad, the oily. We'll be back on Friday, probably around 11:40, 11:10. I don't know the exact time. Zach Lang and myself. And if you're in Vegas, go hang out with the Oilers Nation crew. It's going to be an awesome time. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. We'll talk to you on Friday.